Check this out.
Check this out. 800 years were added to our timeline. We're now in 1225, so nothing. We're in 1225.
Hey, so there's big news today. We are in the year 1225 as per 33-degree Masons, the top dogs, the top of the charts, the kingpin, the main guy, the big dog, the boss, said that they added 800 years onto our timeline. And I would believe that we are in the year 1225, not 2025, but 1225. Breaking news. We're about to be in the year 1226. And New Year's Day is on the last day of March. The real New Year's on April 1st. In the 13-month calendar. April Fool's Day. We're learning. We're learning. This right here is the planet Ceres. The Germans left Earth during World War II by the thousands to this mini planet somewhere between somewhere in Mars, between the moon and Mars or somewhere. It's out there somewhere, not far. There's 40,000 Germans that landed on that planet that started a civilization that are now up to 65,000. That's where the elites will probably be heading, not Mars. This man here is one of the most brilliant men I've seen around besides the Bashar fella. And I know a lot of people think that Bashar's part reptilian or whatever. I mean, aren't we all? Anyway, 1964, that's when I was born. I asked my mom if she had any strange occurrences. Because when I was a young boy, I used to be able to see dead people that had committed suicide and their unborn children standing in a hallway. So yeah, I've had these like weird things go on for like a while. So I've been able to see kind of and know things. Now they're saying that he's saying that the Palladians came and contacted him. Well, that's the Seven Sisters of Seven Sisters. That's exactly where this planet that is coming by to create a pole shift is from that constellation. The Seven Sisters of Seven Sisters. Easter Island even proves that. All the Moai statues are faced inward except 7 that are looking outward toward the Pleiades, waiting for the Seven Sisters of Seven Sisters to return. 7 incoming bodies that they're now calling new moons for a couple of months and this and that. And everybody's seeing them on weather cams and all over. They're all over the place. But if you mention it, you get ruined and robbed. But I've done a pretty good job of exposing all of that. So some people are in some hot water as a result of their destruction and lies regarding Poleshift Alert. They could easily just contact me and pay me. I'm a fair man. I don't know how much you owe me. You guys do. Be nice if you'd just be good man and take care of this, and we could go on and not bash you anymore, because I'm going to continue to until you pay me. Okay. I was telling you that there's 13 months, and that each one of them has 28 days, and there's 13 little things on the frog's back. And I was the first one to, well, I wasn't the first, but I mean, I was the first one to recently educate people that the United States used to be called Turtle Island, and that the calendar had 13 days, 13 months, and blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to educate us about things that I can try to help with. Other people do it better. Other people do it more informatively. I'm trying to do it for the mind of us that don't want to think too hard. Beer drinkers that sit there and watch football and they go, oh, really? I never do that. I'm not trying to go too hard. I never was. I'm just trying to enlighten people. You can research the things that you find interesting. I'm not here to try to convince anybody of anything, nor have I tried to be rude or disrespectful to anyone, any religion, anyone of any kind. I'm a pretty normal guy. You guys have turned me into a conspiracy theorist and a bad guy by simply robbing and ruining a dude that because he was onto something, and you can't stand the fact that it's not you. Isn't that really the heart of the matter? I'm not that great of a guy. Trust me, you don't want to be me. You really don't. Here you see a photograph of people boarding an air balloon in the previous civilization that was in America before we were here, Tataria. All of these tall towers were all energy devices. This ship right now is charging up there, and there were advanced civilizations on this planet many times. We're just the latest, but we're acting incredibly, I'm going to say dumb. I don't want to say that and be mean, but I have to say it. What's wrong with you guys? Anyone could go research some old documents and find out that much of our history is a lie. We can watch TV today and tell that much of the stuff that they're telling us is a lie, a cover-up, a hoax. They're protecting these groups, and there's two justice systems, and you can see the corruption. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. I mean, can we be honest? Can we say these things without taking one? Can we? Can we be free men? Or does everybody that's got a problem with somebody got to go take care of it? Wow. You poor saps. How did rich people get to be so unfun? What a bunch of party poopers. Imagine having that much money and being miserable. This document here was one that was passed in the middle of the night, like the latest Ukraine funding and the latest war funding for these guys and these guys and these guys. And we've just got guys just getting mad at us now if we don't hand them our money. But now the United States has said, hey, don't worry, we'll go ahead and do war against our own citizens. We can now kill our own citizens. And I know you can't read much of this and the documentation that it is, but trust me, it's out there. The United States signed a thing in a law saying that they can take out anyone in the United States for any reason. That's just straight ridiculous that American citizens have started to fear their own government. Now, we saw at the start of COVID that I told everybody 2 weeks before when Poleshift Alert started that we were getting ready to go into martial law. And not one person denied that. Everybody knew that I was onto something. I haven't been wrong yet. I've been right on the button about everything. At what point do you start talking to your neighbor and saying, I'm not your enemy, just so you know that? If anything hits the fan, please, at what point do we start talking to each other about this in private and saying, we see what's coming off of the TV, we see what's coming down the turnpikes. At what point do we deal with this? And I mean, not in a violent at what point do we start having conversations about what is occurring to our nation? I believe that there are many things about these towers that we don't know. I believe that the things that I've heard about these towers, that they are synthetic ether, they are fake ether, and ether is the fifth element, the thing that makes all ships run, that makes engines actually run in the sky, ether, free electricity. Everybody knows there's not 70,000 gallons of fuel in those wings. So these craft are running on free electricity. There's lies all around us, but yet we wander through life like sheep eating grain. At some point, we need to start talking to each other and say, why are you lying to us about these technologies? Why are you lying to us about extraterrestrials? Why are you lying to us about the Poleshift? Why are you giving all of our money away? Why are you doing these things to your own brethren? And if you are not going to respect us, maybe we should all just leave and just go to Mexico. Or maybe Venezuela, perhaps. Maybe they'll have us.